Welcome back, everyone. Yeah, it's me, Daniel, vintagemagic.com. It is a beautiful fall day. Look at the fall trees. The orange. Look at this color. Whoa. Fall day here at vintagemagic.com headquarters. And what we have basically here is a couple artist items that I purchased recently. And I figured I'd share with you guys. I do this once in a while, so if you guys like these kind of videos, please leave some comments below. I always appreciate your feedback. All right, so as you guys know, I'm a fan of Magic the Gathering art, and I've been collecting art for a long time, and I rarely sell anything, even though they pretty much are for sale. But I also, believe they're a very good investment. They're really fit for that long-time collector. So I feel like when I do sell something, it usually goes to a collector who really loves the work, just like myself. All right, so first off, this piece is the Nebuchadnezzar from Legends. It is not the original. The original is actually very small. I acquired, I think, 6 pieces from Richard Kane Ferguson. I think it's 6. Yeah, 6 original of his 10. And he did some really amazing pieces like Dakon Blackblade, Solknar, Swamp King, Nebuchadnezzar, and Livonia Salone. And those are the 4 I don't own of his. Actually, you know what? I don't remember if I bought 6. I think I know I bought at least 5. Yeah. Anyway, we'll get back to that later. But this piece actually was the original. I think sold several years ago for like about $10,000 or so. And at the time, I don't know if I was budgeting, for it at the time. And I ended up going back and forth, thinking, do I want to invest that in cards or art? And I ended up, not purchasing it. But now what I did was I actually purchased these replicas, which really, some artists like Doug Schuler does like 1 per year. For example, he'll do the Sarah Angel replica. He'll do the Demonic Tutor. And he'll do like only 1 per year, like Force of Nature, Mountain, other iconic pieces he's done. But Richard Kane Ferguson, I think, only does it on per commission basis. So I'm actually not sure if he's done any others. I believe this is the only one that I've seen that is a replica true to the original. Go to the original card. It's not as beautiful because the details are not shown, but this is pretty damn good. Like, if you look at the original, it's very, the Nebuchadnezzar has a very like bronzy cloak, but also the blues come out a lot better on the original of the water and the waves. I'm not sure if it's waves or just the Merlin mist of his, I don't know what that is. It must be something like that. But it has, I believe, blue in the card, so maybe some water effect. These are original pencils of the same piece, and I forgot what I exactly paid. I think I paid like a couple grand for this one, and I think I paid like $500 for the sketch. Don't quote me on that. Something like that, about $2,500 total, maybe $3,000 total. But I thought it was a really good purchase. I thought it had a really nice touch to it. I also got a COA from Richard Kane Ferguson, but that's coming in the mail. So once I get that, I'll do a video with some other stuff I have too going on. So if you guys like this, please hit the like button and comment. One of my favorite pieces, just unfortunately the card itself never did anything for Magic. You guys are also probably wondering, why in the world, Dan, do you have your car and then this path of art on cement? Cement doesn't necessarily hurt the art, but it could rain, and you never know in Seattle. But the thing is, they're also in plastic, so don't worry about it. They're in these plastic bags, so they're protected, and there's no wind or anything. They're not going to move around for this video. But generally, I would not do this. All right, so what we have here next is Ralph Horsley. I don't think I have any pieces by Ralph Horsley. These are my first ones, I believe. These are actually not the originals, but they are the Timetwister Eternal Weekend Asia, I believe, the one in Japan that occurred. The champion got the Timetwister by Ralph Horsley. And what I'll do is I'll actually take, I think I'll make the photo of the actual Timetwister as the video photo for YouTube. But these are actually 5 studies. I don't know if they're considered color studies because he really didn't have any color studies. These are more like tone studies of kind of the, I think more like storyboards, kind of how he wanted to go about with the piece. And there's a total of, I believe there's a total of, well, it's a total of 5 here, but I think this, I have to go back. I think this one right here was, let's see, this, I believe this one here was the one. I'm gonna have to go back to my you guys probably laughing like, damn, you don't even know which one you bought, but one of these is the one. I don't remember. I feel kind of bad. You know what, I'm gonna go check here. Give me a second, hold on. All right, guys, we're back. So all right, so I did a little research. So basically the one that he used is actually none of these. And what's interesting about that is because sometimes artists actually have like different processes and how they go about this. So what I like about this is there's a lot of different processes he went about it, and he kind of, you know, then made that final decision. So the one that looks very similar is this particular one right here. And I think this is the one he actually went with. But it's, if you look at the original, and I'll actually put the link of the Eternal Weekend Asia website. It's like a Japanese company. And basically, you'll see the full color rendition better. And it's basically a Mage with some type of, a lot of atmosphere going on, like a Timetwister, and then you have some kind of mana or something in the middle in the vortex. But I thought that one was the best one out of all these. I mean, it's hard to tell because this is very much the type of thing you look at, and you know, that's kind of like that initial design process. It's better, it's better than a sketch because you notice that there's pencil, but there's also this type of kind of toneness. And I also noticed that when artists do this, because I collect a lot of these sketches and tone drawings, there's these darker areas and there's lighter. So I think that highlights kind of when he paints where the light is going and how the light's going to flow. All right, so another thing he did was really cool was he wrote, you know, a really cool little thing. Thank you. Please find the close Timetwister composition studies. If you're happy with them, all the best. And he even drew this really cool little sketch. I really appreciate that, Ralph. Thank you so much. Appreciate you doing that. And I also want to let you guys know the COAs on these are really great. He did some really nice professional COAs that are backed on some cardboard. Some artists are a little fickle about this. I don't know. Like, I don't know what it is with some of these artists, but they're a little bit, I don't know if they understand that just because I resell items doesn't mean that having a COA, it basically puts that nicer, you know, kind of touch to it all. And a lot of artists are like, well, you know, I don't know if I want to do that because you're going to resell them. And also some artists have gave feedback like, well, the painting is the painting. Why do I need a COA? And it's extra work. So look, the debate basically here goes is that with a collector like myself and other collectors, most collectors just, you know, if there's no COA, they're not going to care because they're just going to want the art. And I agree with that too. But I think that's a nice touch that comes with it is that if you have a COA that comes with it, it does put a nice touch to it. And it really gives a nice value to the artwork. If you ever try to resell it, it gives that authenticity stamp of approval. Like this particular one looks exactly like the picture. A lot of details on how it is, how he was referenced and what he basically was given, you know. So I think that's really important. I mean, a lot of people do not like, you know, some artists don't want to do it because of time, but I think professionally, I think it's a really great thing to do. And I encourage any artist that is trying to build a business out of it to do, you know, ultimately what the client wants. I know it's kind of like may not be out of your, maybe out of your norm and stuff like that, but a COA really puts a nice touch to it. And I really think it's great. I think it's a great a good business move and a good marketing thing for your business. All right, guys. Well, what do you guys think? Did you guys like the Nebuchadnezzar replica paintings? Or did you guys also find the color studies or the tone studies of the Timetwister Asia Eternal Weekend Championship prize? Which one's more exciting to you? Let me know in the comments below. I'll be putting other videos out of other products and cards and art I buy. Thanks again for watching, guys. Have a great fall. Talk soon.